Okay, so I did a little drawing, moved some stuff around, came up with this right here. This would be the first bin, this would be future. And this could be future with a dryer and wet bin or not. This could be moved over some so this truckload is in an angle. There's some altercations you could do there in the future. If you wanted, you could actually turn this dryer to push it up towards the road farther if you wanted to, if you added a dryer in the future. But when I got done here, I started looking at the base of these telephone poles and saying, I'm not sure on the height of them telephone poles, like how high them wires are or what voltage they are. But I usually figure we need to be 15 foot away from any electric poles. That's not too far away, especially if they're very high voltage at all. 15 foot would kind of be the minimum. So what I ended up doing is drawing a line along the base of these telephone poles, because the satellite view, that gets them at an angle. So I went along the base and I drew a line, picked that line up in the air, 15 foot, so I could see how high 15 foot was, and then I drew a line to see how far away 15 foot would be from those electric lines. And then I moved the bin to be at least 15 foot away from the electric lines, electric poles. And this is what I came up with. So that line, that red line, is my electric line, 15 foot above the base of the poles, if you see there, and right in line with the poles. So I tried to get it on the base of the poles as close as possible, but I could be off a foot or two. So when we go to do measurements, if there is a distance, we will have to measure from them lines. But with my just general rule of design of being at least 15 foot from the poles, this is what I ended up with. We're in off the base of the road there a little bit, like that field comes up real close to those poles, just a couple foot away from the way things look here. And this is what we came up with. So you'd put your transport auger here, and this could be at more of an angle, like your transport auger could be turned up this way more and come in here more if you wanted to. I could change that. And then you're either going to be like pulling in here and pulling around, or you could say, well, we're going to pull in here and go out here, which would by far be the nicest. With one bin, you wouldn't have to have this drive out portion here. You could just have this here. But this would be the nicest to have a lane going right out. That way you swing this swing away auger out under the trailer, pull up here, swing that under the trailer, unload the one hopper, move, unload the other hopper, and then swing that auger back off the side and drive out. So that is what I came up with there. Review that, let me know. And again, I did the complete with multiple bins for future, just for reference on why I'm putting this bin here. Because if you would do something in the future, and even if there's only a 50% chance of this even happening 15 years down the road, it's still a good idea to make some plans like that, because that way you're not cornered. And in reality, you're not going to want to be a lot closer this way, even if you say, okay, we'll never do that drying system. You don't want to be this way a lot farther. You could bring this right up here, this bin right over, have the transport auger going down alongside the road. It ain't going to gain you a lot, because you got to have your if you have a swing away auger, you got to have your tractor in line with the auger and your swing away out the side, or if you're going to use hopper bottom trailers. So yeah, that's what I came up with. I don't think that we're going to gain anything. Like as far as if we look here, if we do a straight down view and we do some measuring off the center of the road, we'd be looking at the bin being 90 foot, well, almost like 89 foot to the far side of the bin pad. So we would be almost 90 foot off the road, center of the road to the far side of the bin, and we would be about 105 foot to the far side of our driveway here. So from the center of the road, we'd be about 105 foot to the far side of our drive. So yeah, that's what I came up with there. Let me know what you think on that, and we'll go from there. I also would need to clean up this driveway design some, because this is not quite right for getting a truck around here. This would need to go out here a little more. This end would maybe be over this way a little bit. Have to do a little adjusting there with my truck to figure out what that would take to get a truck around there. So yeah, that's what I came up with. Now, I don't remember what the distance was on the old, on the old style. So on this style, with the augers on this side, if we go to the center of the road and we measure in, yeah, we're not going to use less of the field going that way. We're not going to use less of the field with the trucks on the back side. I would think it would be better to have the trucks closer to the wires than the bins closer to the wires, but it depends on the height of those wires. I would, but this way here we have our bins farther from the wires. Now, if you're using dump trucks to unload corn, then having the driveway on the other side is yes, I would recommend, because when you put the dump in the air, you don't want to be within 15 foot of the wires. So let me know what your thought is, and I'll adjust from there. But that other design was 100 foot to the far side of the bins. Right here we got this to 105 foot, but this is figuring this distance off the wires. So if you are using a dump trailer, we'd have to move that other side away anyhow. Let me just look at that. Yeah, we would be too close unless we brought this over some. We'd have to bring this over so the trucks are over here. So the trucks are actually over here some. Turn this auger. Try that right now. And have your trucks come in here, come across. Something like that, to have your truck setting. Over in here, which I'm not sure how that would work. Maybe in this area. Maybe I moved over a little far with that transport auger. Something like that. then we would be a little farther away with the trucks without taking up any more field. Let me know what you think. That maybe I just need to redesign this way, or if you prefer this way, then we'll go with this way. The distance we need to be off them wires is the main thing we need to worry about, like how far away. I know with National Crane license, you can't put a boom in the air within 15 foot of 50,000 volts, or 15,000 volts. I forget. It's been a while since I haven't had a crane license in a couple years, so I don't remember what it was, but I know it was 15 foot was like the general rule on your standard wires, like running along a road. But I think it was 50,000 volts, no closer than 15 foot. So I don't know what building standards are for that, but that's what I'm figuring, just as my rule of thumb. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and this is my design at this point. So if you want to go to that back to the other style with just having the truck going off to the side some here, we can do that too. So yep. And this style here, we could maybe move towards the end farther, because if you would do the dryer in the future, you could put the dryer out this side of the system. So yeah, let me know what you think. But if we do keep the driveway on this side, I would be willing to push these bins towards this road a little more. We could go that way another 30 foot if needed. But let me know your thoughts, and we will go from there. Because this style, I don't want to go this way, because it puts us in this corner here for any dryer or receiving or anything in the future. So I'll let it go at that, and I will wait to hear from you.